starting off, let's say the person's on knee on belly, and we get their knee to the ground, and our first option is to wrestle up. Also too, what was it, go ahead and come back. Right before you bring the person to, before you bump the knee to the ground, you can bump them to the back, get their weight shifted forward, bring the knee to the ground, and then immediately as we get back here, the way I think of it is the goal is to try to get her hip to pass from her knee. So as I get here, I'm starting to drive forward and suck this in so that she can't sit her hip back. So try to sit your hip back. She can't really sit it back. So I'll keep driving up to my knees, and big detail here is that I bring this leg over to hook her leg, and I come to my knees, and I'm pretty much pulling this in. Go ahead and start to defend. So we stuff my head. Yeah, when you defend, stay standing.
Make sure you're on knees.
Over here. Bring them, oops, sorry. Big bump to shift their weight forward. Bring their knee to the ground, and I want to start bringing their hip in front of their knee. So I start to drive forward, lock my hands, and I'm getting the hand locked right above the knee, and my shoulder is pushing forward into the hip. Okay, if she's like gonna stay standing and defending, okay, we just keep driving forward, pull it back. One more time.
Where do you want to make right before, right?
So, again, let's flip this out. Over here, shift their weight forward, bring the knee to the ground, and I want to get behind their hip and start bringing the hip forward and the knee back. Locking my hands, pulling this in. Weight forward, knee to the ground, getting behind the hip, locking our hands and pulling in above the knee. Working up to our feet, and then we can finish the takedown. That was an awesome action. Got it, that's free. For the first part, let's say we're here, we bring this to the ground. I get this part of my arm right behind the hip, because this is what she'll start to sit back with, right? So, and then this hand is already sitting here. So my goal is to get the hand behind the hip and this wrist like right in front of the knee, so that when I lock my hands, the wrist and my shoulder and I switch my legs will then start to kind of drive forward, okay? Sorry. So again, don't sit back that much. So here, oops, sorry, bump, bring the knee to the ground. I want to continue to like bump with my arm behind the hip, slide up to my elbow to where my hand will just meet like this. Okay, this is the goal. And then I switch to my legs and I start driving forward. Okay, and then I can climb up to the hip, or if she defends on the single leg, just finish the single leg, right? But the other thing that could also happen really quick from there is I bring this to the ground. As I come up here, okay, and this grip might not be locked all the way yet, she brings her knee up and out. So now I switch my knees and I'm gonna hook the leg right here, and I start to drop my shoulder to her knee. Okay, from here I want to try, let's go ahead and pivot a little bit. After I drop the shoulder to the knee, from here I'm going to try to sink this up on my hip. Give me resistance back. Like, yeah, like you want to sit on my shoulder. So if she's like giving resistance back, also too, what they might do is stuff the head. Okay, this makes things really heavy. I'm just going to stay really like sitting on the knee, and I'm going to work to pick the knee up, bring it up to my hip, switch, and then climb up. Okay, so again on that one, here, ideally, oh sorry, boom, boom. I want to catch right here, right? But instead of sitting back, she goes forward, and I catch this around the ankle here. Okay, from this ankle, I'm going to take my shoulder and I'm going to drop her knee to the ground. Pivot, pivot, pivot. I drop her knee to the ground. The more she can sit back, the better and heavier it is going to be for her. So I'm trying to drive forward to keep her from sitting back. Okay, I want to try to bring this up on the shelf, switch to the knee, pick it up, go for the hip, and then we'll stop.